What is going on, you guys? My name is Spideydico64 and welcome back to yet another NASCAR 164 scale die-cast review. And ladies and gentlemen, here today we're going to be having a look at and review on a die-cast and a car and a driver that I did not expect to do a die-cast review of ever. Folks, we're going to be here today to have a look at Harrison Burton's number 21 Daytona Summer Race Win version. All right, so let's go ahead and let's just get into this review. Here's a look at the box itself, and it came like that. But luckily, the car is pretty good, so you know what? We're just going to throw that box away, because I don't keep my cars in the boxes. I swear, if the Chastain Kansas win is that fucked up, I'm gonna be pretty mad. But anyways, though, here is a look at the die cast itself. Yep, you got that right, Harrison Burton. But here comes Harrison Burton for the Wood Brothers. Probably one of the greatest calls, I think, in the last, probably this decade. Honestly, probably the best call to a NASCAR finish ever, I have to say. And yeah, just also, by the way, a couple things to mention about this car here, and that is, first of all, it's a Harrison Burton car. These don't really get made too much often anymore. Hell, they even gave up last year with some of the Burton cars. Like, not many of them got made, and this was the only one that did get made. At least as far as I'm concerned, not counting any NASCAR Authentics exclusives or anything like that. But yeah, and also for me, it's been a long time since I reviewed a Wood Brothers diecast. It's just been so long. But hey, you know, time to change things up here. And it also is just really cool to see these, you know, this older team. The Wood Brothers is an older team in the NASCAR Cup Series and all that sort of stuff. They're the oldest of the teams and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, just what a great race this was, honestly. Now, this car is, of course, decked out in the Dex Imaging colors, which is still, you know, the Wood Brothers colors of red and white, pretty much, kind of like the regular Ford Motorcraft one is. Fortunately, though, we will be getting a race win version of that with Josh Berry, of all people. So that's going to be really badass, that is for sure. But man, this was like one of the few cars that I was really pumped up for, that is for sure. And I honestly got to say, I think this might take second place in terms of maybe one of the best race wins from last year. I definitely will say the Brad Keselowski one is still the best, but this is a damn close second. I just have to say that. I haven't reviewed any of the other cars, but yeah, and I'll kind of talk about what I really loved about this car, and kind of just why I think it might be one of the best of the year. Well, this is definitely a close second, that's for sure. And then you got Van Gisbergen's Portland win from Portland win in Xfinity. So yeah. And so I'm just kind of taking a little 360 look at the car, if there's anything of note to mention. But let's actually just go ahead and get into the sponsors here. So on the windshield banner, you can see barely Ford and Burton. You got Dex Imaging on the hood. Ford, here is the Ford Mustang front nose, number 21. Wood Brothers Racing down there, Sonunco. I think we're gonna go to this side here. Goodyear Eagle Tires, NASCAR Cup Series, number 21. Dex Imaging right there, looking really cool. Harrison Burton's name on the name rail. On the B post, you got Ford Safety Clean. I can't tell what that one is. You got that race winner sticker. And by the way, this is the Wood Brothers 100 victory in the Cup Series. I forgot to mention that. You got Lincoln Welders right there. You have, what does that say? Driver? I don't know. The bioethanol logo right there. Down there you have Ford Motorcraft and Quick Tie. Down there, and then of course on the hood or on the roof, 21. You could barely see Dex Imaging. You can also see Dex imaging back there, just barely. And then you got Dex imaging on the rear, number 21. Same stuff on the other side as usual. Or did I mention that Ford logo? Is that on the other side? Yeah, it is. So yeah, there you go. And there is an early look at the car if you wanted to see that. But now let's go ahead and get into the race win damage. Now, if you were to ask me what makes a great race win, I feel like what makes a great race win, in my opinion, is the fact that the car, it's caked in confetti, but also it has a great amount of race win detail at the same time as well. And this car is just littered with freaking race win detail just to the brim. And it's a white car, so that's also another reason why. So let's actually kind of go ahead here and talk about the race win damage. You can kind of barely see at the front. It is a little bit dirty, a little bit. You can also see with the front. But, of course, as you can see, this is just caked in confetti. But not too much. Not too much for it to be unreadable. So, of course, you can see the confetti covers the windshield, a little bit of the hood. Definitely a lot of the back end. Definitely some on the side here. And not too much on this other side, though. And actually, let's actually kind of take a look at this side. Of course, you can see some scrapes and scratches right there. Yeah, you can look at that right there. I believe this is when Josh Berry flipped and, you know, Burton had to avoid all that and stuff like that. You can see more scratches on the other side, more there. You can see on the back here some more damage, some scrapes and scratches back there. See some more down there. Of course, I imagine Kyle Busch absolutely just trying to pass Harrison Burton for the win, but gets denied. Oh boy, man. Yeah, once again, what a fantastic night of racing this was, man. I know people like to complain a lot about super speedway racing, but honestly, I don't care about super speedway racing, if I'm going to be honest here. I don't know. I've just disliked super speedway racing for a long time. Oh, I forgot to mention that you can see some confetti on the splitter here too. But kind of going back to what I said, you know, a lot of people want to say this about super speedway racing. Just in general, I don't care. As long as you have an exciting finish. And this race had an exciting finish, that is for sure. But overall, man, I got to say, this is a very, very close second to the Brad Keselowski Southern 500, or not, the Goodyear 400 race win from Darlington last year. This is really close to being probably this is second. I think this has to be the second of probably one of the best race wins from last year. Maybe third if you want to maybe count that Van Gisbergen one in terms of Cup. If you want to add an Xfinity car, you can add that one. But definitely have to say this is definitely one of the best ones of the year. And also a very popular win at the same time as well. So yes. A few things before I do go ahead here and just wrap up these videos. This is going to be the last diecast review for a while now, as there's another big ass gap in time between shipping reports. But I just want to go ahead and just say that the next reviews should be of Larson's Brickyard win, and there's also AJ's Las Vegas win from the Xfinity Series, and then Chris Buescher's from Watkins Glen. There's a lot of race wins still coming out from 2024. We're getting to really the latter end of, you know, the race wins. So that is going to be really cool. Like the last one, definitely for sure, will probably be Ross Chastain's Kansas win. Would you look at that? We'll end things on a high note here. So yeah, that's all I really much have to say about this car. And don't get it twisted. I really love this car. I really, really, really do. Of the two cars I reviewed, this is definitely the one that I knew had a lot to say about. And currently, as of right now, Josh Berry, again, he won in the Wood Brothers and is doing miles better than Harrison Burton. But I want to give Harrison Burton some flowers in Xfinity though. He's doing a lot in a car that, let's really be honest, it's not all that great. It's not a Gibbs car. It's not a RCR. It's not a one-off Hendrick Xfinity car. It's not a JRM car. He's been doing a lot. He's been doing good in that AM racing car. That I will say for sure. But yeah. But anyways though, guys, thank you all so much for watching these videos and stuff like that. Thank you all so much for the support, and hopefully there will be some content here and there. So there'll be some content. So I'm just not gone for another month. So hopefully that will be the case. But anyways though, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and we will see all of you in the next review. Bye-bye, everybody.